Today I come before you with a heavy heart, a heart of dismay. This morning I learned that the government of Sierra Leone, the SLPP party, has offered a bribe of $10,000 to each individual juror serving on my father's case. I also learned that some of the jurors have said they are worth more, so the government in turn doubled their bribe to $20,000 to find my father, Alfred Paolo Conteh, guilty of treason and ensure a guilty verdict which will result in an innocent man being assassinated. Hi, I'm Matilda, and throughout this case, before our very own eyes, we have seen the government of Sierra Leone fabricate allegation upon allegation against my father and others. First, the government stated that my father did not declare his weapon and was intercepted whilst attempting to take his weapon upstairs in an attempt to kill the president. During cross-examination 2 weeks ago, a witness testified that that was a lie. My father did declare his weapon, and he was never stopped by any security personnel. Secondly, the state claimed the weapon my father was carrying wasn't licensed. Again, another lie proven during cross-examination. His weapon has always been licensed, and the reason my father carries a licensed weapon is because the current administration withdrew his personal security even after serving 2 terms as Minister of Defense. Thirdly, the state testified that there was no electricity at the security entrance on the day in question, and there was no CCTV footage. Another lie. There was electricity, and there is a tape of exactly what transpired. This again proves to the state's lack of integrity and unwillingness to get to the truth. The state knows that on the 19th of March 2020, Paolo Conteh did not go to State House to kill anyone, especially not the president. How does a man attempt to kill the president whilst in a meeting upstairs and his gun downstairs checked in at the security station? How does one man attempt to kill the president with a handgun whilst knowing he is surrounded by multiple military individuals with machine guns? Why would a 63-year-old man think he could outrun or outfire military personnel? I would think that would be a suicide mission. Sierra Leone has become a country with a moral corrupt system, with morally bankrupt politicians. When a president, a whole head of state, co-signs charging an innocent man of treason, knowing that that was never his intent, and knowing the state has no evidence of treason, where an attorney general and a judge use everything in their power to attempt to kill an innocent man for political gain and party affiliation, where a judge denies a no-case submission by my dad's lawyers asking the court for acquittal without having to present a defense, even though the state clearly has no case and has not proven treason without reasonable doubt. When a judge allows a non-licensed student lawyer to be the lead prosecuting lawyer for the state, where the judge proceeding over my father's case just received a promotion by the SLPP government, can you say corruption to the highest power? Where a judge says the president of Sierra Leone should decide whether crucial evidence should be allowed in his courtroom or not. When a state locks up an innocent woman, my father's wife, for 31 days, and even after releasing her, remands her to court on 3 separate occasions, the state never showed up on all 3 occasions. Bear in mind, my father was once the number 3 person in the country after the president and the vice president. As the Minister of Defense, my father was over the Sierra Leone military. With access to arms, ammunition, power, and status, why would he attempt an assassination now as a simple citizen? As Minister of Defense, my dad increased the Army's pay, he afforded military personnel to go on peace corps internationally, and procured new uniforms and boots for the soldiers in the Army. He raised the morale of soldiers, the soldiers were paid on time, and he would host football games at his personal residence. As Minister of Internal Affairs, my dad had gang crimes at its lowest. Stabbings went from 50 a day to 25 a day to ultimately 0 a day. He gave the police department structure. He made Freetown safe against crime and the bike riders, the Okadas. He mandated and enforced motorcyclists and their passengers to wear helmets, which saved many lives and decreased the number of motorbike accidents and deaths. He also created routes outside the city of Freetown for motorcyclists to safely pick up their passengers. Finally, as the Ebola Czar, CEO of the Ebola Response Unit, he eradicated Ebola, saving countless lives. Despite him not being a medical professional, he knew his limitations and took advice from the medical professionals, which made him successful. Isn't it ironic that a man who once saved thousands of lives is now fighting for his own life because of false accusations, fabricated charges, insufficient evidence, and corrupt leaders? My dad is a true patriot of Sierra Leone. The crazy thing is, he would probably answer the call once again to help his country, even after enduring such a traumatic and degrading ordeal. Please do not allow the SLPP government to mortgage Sierra Leone's future for temporary gain. I'm asking for the 11 jurors to have a heart and realize the state hasn't proven its case without reasonable doubt. My dad's life is worth more than 10 or 20,000 US dollars. My dad is a family man with an 8-year-old son, waiting for him to return home. My little brother has been looking for our dad for the past 3 months. He spent 3 months without both his parents, whilst they both sat innocently in jail. This thing has become bigger than my dad. Please sign our petition and share this video to stop the political execution of an innocent man. I love you all, and God bless.